Okay, so here we are. It is March 23rd, 2022. We're here to do another MAAT session. My name is Margaret Major, and I'm a registered counseling therapist here at the After Trauma Empowerment Network in Shubenacadie, Nova Scotia. I'm joined with Vida Woodworth, who is co-host and chairperson on our board of directors here at ATTEN. Kate Matthews is also here. She's our technical director behind the scenes, and Kate won't be seen. That's the norm around here. Yes. And tonight we don't have any guests joining us. We are going to be talking about a couple of, well, an event and a fundraiser that means a lot to us, that Vida's going to share a lot of very important information about that. Yes. Okay. So first, I'm going to do our diversity welcome like we always do. And then we'll do a check-in, and then we'll talk about our world a little bit and other stuff going on here in our community. Okay. So we would like to welcome all women, men, transgender, and other identified individuals here today. We welcome everyone here who is a mother, father, sister, brother, auntie, uncle, son, daughter, uncle, cousin, grandmother, grandfather, parent, sibling. Welcome. We welcome people of all races, tribes, and descents. We welcome your bodies, your minds, and your energy. We welcome all people single, married, partnered, dating, celibate, or involved in whatever sort of relationship is right for you. We welcome gay, lesbian, bisexual, heterosexual.
She should be able to hear you now.
Hi, Margaret.
Queer. Hi, Sam. Asexual, two-spirited, and others for whom none of the current labels fit. We welcome your emotions, your joy, your bliss, hope, frustration, sadness. Welcome. We welcome those living with chronic medical conditions, invisible and visible. We welcome mystics, seekers, and believers of all kinds. We welcome people who identify as activists, community leaders, group members, musicians, artists, Leaf fans, and those who don't.
It is.
And finally, we'd like to welcome the ancestors who lived in this land where we are now. Welcome the spirits of Mi'kmaq, the natives who lived in this area before the Europeans came. We'd like to acknowledge them and invite their spirits to this space. Everyone, welcome. And thank you for being here, for hanging out, sharing some time with us. And we are also very thankful to the Mental Health Foundation of Nova Scotia for their financial support for Project MAAT. We are just always grateful to the Mental Health Foundation. So, Vida, here we are, almost the end of March. Today is March-ish. It's very March-ish.
Yes, it is. There's a March wind.
Yes, and it's the wind. It gets in your bones, or I find it gets in the bones, as they say sometimes. And
yes,
just yes. So how are you doing on this Wednesday?
I'm doing great. I have another T-shirt to add to my collection.
No, I know.
And
it's such a beautiful T-shirt.
It's a purple. It says, "You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one." So it's lyrics from John Lennon. Yes. So anyway, I love the lyrics to I love his lyrics that he wrote. So I have a new t-shirt and I have another one for next week.
Ooh,
And so I think I keep saying this, but I should soon stop purchasing them.
Well-
But they're fun, so I like to wear them.
if there was a t-shirt award, Vida, it would
I'm
go to
going
you.
for it.
Maybe we need to make up a t-shirt award because you have the coolest, the best shirts always.
Yes, and speaking of shirts, you're sporting one
Oh,
tonight
yes.
too.
Yes.
That I guess
So
when
this is, I'm not sure how. The 10 major. I'm not sure where to go.
73.
Yes. That's
And you mentioned that they didn't put the C on it for
Yes.
captain.
Yes, I do recall ordering a C, but it didn't come on the garment.
So we'll have to when we learn how to use our sewing machine, we'll have to, put your C on there, because I had an A on mine
Yes.
because I wanted to be sure that you were able to wear the C.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll get you a fancy embroidered one made and put it on.
Thanks.
So
Yes,
yeah.
we'll figure that out, and we'll all these things that Vida and I talk a lot about things we want to do, and we want to
Yeah.
do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And these are great ideas, and it's like we've got 24 hours in a day, just like everybody. And yeah, it's
Well, slowly we're making some of them happen. So
absolutely we are.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, we had to enlist Emma's assistance, which has helped to have another person here to be able to do some of the things that we think about doing.
Yes.
And yeah, so I don't know if we can get her to embroider your C. Maybe I should figure out how to use the sewing machine.
Me
And
too.
yeah. So anyway, when we do that, I'm sure we'll be talking about it on our show, our first lesson on the sewing machine.
Oh,
So
maybe we should do a demo kind of.
we could do a live spot or something as we're learning, although
Yeah.
we may have to have a delay in recording so that if there's any language that happens that maybe shouldn't
Yeah.
be aired, that we could bleep that out.
Yes, that would be appropriate. Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, my week has been good, and of course I got my T-shirt today, and actually one of the things I mentioned last week that we were going to maybe talk about today is now when you wanted me to talk about it, or did
Yep.
you? Okay. So with everything that's happening in our world, and especially what's happening in the Ukraine, I was thinking very hard about coming up with an idea about what I might be able to do, or what I could do with some of my friends. And so I reached out to Leanna McLeod, who's been on our show before. She is a Mi'kmaq artist and crafter, and she's very creative. And Leanna's someone, if you kind of give her an idea, she can take it, think about it, and make it happen. So I told her that I had been thinking about the people in the Ukraine and about trying to do something. And from Nova Scotia, really one of the things we can do is I guess create awareness by talking about what's happening, but also do something as far as raising funds to either send to Ukraine and to the people, or to send items that they desperately need. So I left it with Leanna for a little bit, and she came back with her her prototype and her idea
Mm.
of she had come up with an idea for creating a pin, and so it was her first attempt, and she did it perfectly. That's what is so amazing about Leanna, is that you know, you just give her a tiny bit of information. It's almost like she can read your mind,
Mhm.
and she can take it and create something beautiful. So
Yeah.
she created this pin, and I see you're wearing one tonight, Margaret.
Yes,
I'm
this
going to
is,
hold it up. It is a pin that she has created in the shape of a teardrop. And because what is happening in the Ukraine and in that part of the world, to the people and to their country, is very sad. And, you know, teardrops often fall when we're sad, but also when we're feeling strong, sometimes it brings tears to our eyes, and we've seen how strong and resilient the people of the Ukraine are being as they fight for their country and for the people. And also, hopefully this will end soon, and will end with tears of joy. And so the teardrop is very symbolic. So the shape of the pin is in a teardrop. The main body is made of blue leather, and one of the two colors of the Ukrainian flag is blue, that represents the blue skies of the Ukraine. And then we also see a yellow sunflower, and yellow is the second color in the Ukrainian flag, which represents the fields of wheat. And also the flower of the Ukraine is the sunflower. So Leanna has beaded a sunflower on the leather teardrop. And she also, of course, has the stem and its leaves. And at the very bottom of each stem is a gold bead, which represents the resources that it seems um, the Russian country and its leader seems to need to have, and is willing to do anything to take them. And I mean, we can think of the minerals and the things that grow in its fields, but we can also think of the destruction of its most precious resource, which is its people. And then if I turn it over on the back, it's the backing is made out of birch bark. And each pin, we're only making, or I should say, Leanna is only making 100 of the pins. Each one is numbered and signed by Leanna, the artist. And so that there will only be ever 100 of these pins created. And we are selling them for a minimum donation of $50. And all of the money will go to Ukrainian relief. So this is not a fundraiser for the After Trauma Empowerment Network. We are supporting it through this organization. And we are supporting this fundraiser through this organization because if we could, and if there's any way that we can help people who are obviously being affected by trauma from what's happening, we most certainly will be there to do what we can. But every penny, which will be all $50 or more, if someone donates more, will go to the relief, and we're hoping to donate it directly to the Ukrainian Society of Nova Scotia, and they will make sure the money is used to purchase items that can go directly to people who are still stranded and hiding out in shelters and places in the Ukraine as the bombs and bullets are flying around them, and also to help the people who are fighting to defend their country and its people. So it's also stitched around the edges, hand stitched. So each one of these, I have 50 here, and Leanna is in the process of making 50 more. Each one has been handmade by her. And so anybody who is interested in supporting our fundraiser for the people of the Ukraine, please look on our website. And I maybe can get Margaret to say it, because I can never remember our website. And for information, or for those of you who know me, you can contact me directly, and we'll be putting more information on the website though for a 10, so you can find out how to get them.
Yes.
Anyway, very exciting, and can't believe that Leanna offered to do this. It's a big commitment. I saw her fingers today, and she has calluses and dents from
Yeah.
working with the needles to sew the leather and the birch bark. But she has made a beautiful pin for us to use in our initiative to raise money.
It's extraordinary.
Yes, yes.
The pin, everything about everything right now is extraordinary, and it's I just I'm just I don't know what to say right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm having a moment where I don't know what to say.
Yeah. It's a small thing when you look at the whole scheme of what's happening, but I felt really strongly, as did Leanna, that we wanted to do something, and as did the After Trauma Empowerment Network. I mean, we often, as a lot of nonprofits do, fundraise and look for funding. And at a time like this, though, we are so blessed to have what we have, and to be in a country where we have the freedom to do these things. And so I'm so happy and so thankful to Leanna for making my dream come true. And it was almost, as I said, she read my mind. And I'm hoping that people can come together and get a piece of art, and also really support something that's very worthwhile. And we don't know how it could help. It could give, somebody a meal who's been hiding in the basement of a bombed out building. It could provide a bandage for someone who needs a bandage changed. It could provide hygiene products for a woman who needs, the dignity of being able to have those. So anyway, I just really want to thank the rest of the organization, and Margaret, you as our leader, our captain, without a C today, for allowing us to do this and for supporting it. And I'm hoping that we can maybe take some pictures and maybe do a video that we could put up, and maybe the people in the Ukraine could see us here in Nova Scotia, and know that we're thinking of them and praying for them, and hoping that this will all end, so that they can try to get back to their lives that they were living. And so anyway, that was kind of my big thing. And Leanna drove all the way from Truro out to make sure I had the pins in my hands.
Just simply amazing. Leanna.
yeah,
She's, and like you
yeah,
said, it's like she can read your mind.
yeah, yeah.
Just, I
So
mean, the heart necklaces that we made were
yes,
amazing. Like,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. So no, she's
Yeah.
she's a woman on a mission for many things. So
Yes.
yeah, we're lucky to have her as a friend of our center and of our friend. So
Yes.
yeah,
Very honored and grateful. Yes.
yeah. So I think that was pretty much all I was going to talk about this week. And
I'll
I know
show,
you,
I'll show a picture here of, well, that's not the one. Hold on, still learning.
oh,
Is
there
that
it
it
is.
there?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shows a lot more detail.
Yeah. And each pin will come with a description of you know, why we chose the colors and the sunflower and the materials and so on. And just a little bit about the artist, Leanna. And each one will be, as I mentioned, a numbered pin. So you'll know that whichever number you get is only one of 100. So
Okay, let me
yeah.
see. Okay. Now see, with what happened here a couple of weeks ago, Vida, I don't know whether to hit okay or not.
Oh yes, we may have
We
a
were just talking about this before we
yeah.
started recording. So it says screen sharing has stopped as the shared window is closed. Okay,
And
does
is
that
it
mean
safe?
I'm gonna end? Because the last time I hit a button during the middle of a show, it shut the,
Everything off?
it kicked me out.
That's right. We had a bit of a crisis. That's when we were talking to Tash, and we couldn't see her, but we were talking to her and we couldn't see you.
Yes, yes. Ooh. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Thank you so much, Vida.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So this, I just, for a couple of minutes, I'm just going to talk about that, a couple of upcoming workshops.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got a little emotional there, and
Emotions are okay.
emotions are welcome here. That's,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
certainly part of being trauma.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we have well, I was gifted recently 2 antique baskets made from old Christmas cards, Easter cards, Mother's Day, birthday cards, greeting cards. That's Emma going, isn't it?
Emma going, yes. Yeah.
See ya, Emma.
Hi.
And I'll show a picture of what these baskets look like. This is okay. Is it on the screen?
It is.
Okay. So this is I don't know the exact age of this basket, but this was made by somebody's grandmother, probably back in, I don't know, the 50s. Maybe.
It's beautiful.
I love it. And the cards, like if you were to actually hold it in your hands, like you can, I don't know, you can just tell like there's, I was going to say, some wisdom in that basket.
Probably wisdom for sure, and memories and
Oh,
yes. And I
in that
have to
basket.
say, you gifted me with one that you made as a Christmas gift this year.
Yes.
And even though it's kind of I think Christmassy a bit, I
Yeah.
still have it in the center of the table.
Oh,
And continuing, it had lovely candy and baked goods in it when I got it from you. And now we have, I think, some grapes and apples and stuff. And
oh, nice.
yeah, so
Yes,
it's
a
being
lovely
well
candy holder.
Yes,
It is.
yeah, yes. The candy disappeared, and I won't say anyone's name, but I do live with my mother,
Oh.
and the cats and dogs don't eat the candy. So,
Okay.
and it wasn't me.
Yes. Well, we
So
won't
now it
blame
has
anybody.
grapes.
Okay, so on April 14th, and this details are to follow. We're just finalizing the poster that Emma so kindly made for us for this event, this workshop. We are going to have a resiliency basket making workshop. So we will be providing the supplies, the cards, the thread, the needle, and you come and it's a 2-hour workshop where you make your own resiliency basket. It's pretty cool. And I'm so
Yeah.
excited about it. Like, I think it's gonna be just fun and great, and
Mhm.
you get to make your own basket. Yes.
Yeah.
And then another workshop that we have coming up, it will be April 19th from 1 till 3. And that is for seniors / elders in our
Mhm.
community who are interested in just learning some more about self-care, about, that all important self-care, because that's sometimes it gets pushed to the wayside, and we
Yeah.
need a refresher or a reminder of, we matter
Yeah.
and we need to take care of ourselves. 'Cause
Yeah. It's exciting that we have that extra person here now that is allowing us some time to offer these kinds of workshops.
Yeah.
Because you're good, Margaret, but we can't divide you into 3 or 4 or 5 people.
We've
So
tried. Yes.
I know you're doing the work of at least 2 people or more now. So it's kind of nice that we actually have another person and some people who do come and help us on occasion. So anyway, it's allowing us to offer our services in a different format, and to reach some people maybe that you know would like to come and check us out and at the same time learn some things and have a few laughs and as you just said, emotions are welcome here, and a safe place, I guess, for us to come and come together. And if the first 2 groups or workshops that we've had are any sign,
Yeah.
we had a lot of fun, and they went really well. So
Oh,
I'm looking forward to what's coming up.
yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I know that we have more ideas flying around. So I don't think we'll ever run out of ideas. And
No.
so we'll be busy for a while to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. There's just new ideas almost every day.
Yeah.
And then sometimes in our conversations, we have 3 or 4 new ideas just in one conversations. And it's like, whoa.
Yeah. Too bad we didn't get paid for the ideas. Then we
Wow.
wouldn't have to worry about
There's an idea.
fundraising. There it is. Yeah, we'd have all the money we need.
We would. We
Yeah.
would. Yes. Well,
Yeah.
it'll happen. Yeah.
Yes. So have you seen any signs of spring?
What a great question.
I know some
Yes.
people. Oh, what did you see?
I noticed, out picking up sticks, old sticks and brush and stuff on that really lovely day that we had, where it was so nice.
Oh, it was beautiful.
And I saw little nubbies of my tiger, is it tiger lilies? Daylilies coming up.
Yeah. Wow.
Just little nubbies. So
Yeah.
that's my sign of spring.
Yeah. Usually if I was at my old house, Jane had planted, irises and daffodils and crocuses and well, I guess irises aren't really a spring flower, but the crocuses and the daffodils for sure. And usually by now, probably would have seen a couple of I think it's crocuses, and would have either flowered or just almost flowering. And then of course the daffodils would have started to come, and then the tulips and everything. But
Yeah.
where we are now, we don't have any flowers yet, although I'm trying to figure out what I would, because I think we've got room at the back to plant a few. But I have seen, I've seen robins as early as February, and a woman told me, who's kind of a bird watching person, that in Nova Scotia now that some of the robins actually stay over the winter. So I'm
Oh.
not sure if it was a robin coming back from the south or if it was one that had stayed over the winter. But the other thing I saw when Leanna and I were talking just before, when she brought the pins, we looked up and there were eagles circling around in the sky. And this is their mating season.
Oh.
And so when you see, two eagles circling around, it's almost like they're performing a dance. And it is, I guess, a mating dance. And they actually lock their claws together at some point.
Oh. Have you seen
And
that?
I haven't seen that part
Ooh.
before. But yeah, today I saw the eagles when I was sitting with Leanna. And then earlier in the day, I saw an eagle sitting on the ground in a cornfield that had been harvested last fall. But he must have been down there because he either caught a mouse or something, or there was some kind of thing on the ground that he was planning to eat, because you usually don't see them sitting on the ground unless they're trying to eat or catch something. So but other than that, I haven't noticed any buds on trees yet, or like the pussy willows are often coming out in the spring. But I have to say that the thing I'm looking most forward to is when the spring peepers, the frogs start to
Oh, I
sing,
can't wait. I can't wait.
and that's probably my most favorite spring sign of spring.
Yeah.
And yeah, do you have a favorite one, or?
That might be it, Vida.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I share in your love of the peepers. Yeah.
yeah,
Because we have a pond kind of across the street. So
yes, yeah,
oh, it's oh,
yeah.
mm,
I worried about when we moved that maybe we wouldn't hear them, but we're close to the ball field in Lance, and some of that area isn't developed, and there's kind of swampy areas behind our apartment buildings. So the frogs, I think, still live there, and we were able to hear them. So I was very happy
good.
when I could hear them. I thought I'd have to go for a drive.
And come
and,
hang out at our
or
place.
yeah,
Listen to
sit
some
up,
peepers.
yeah, up on the front lawn, or there's a spot on the Gates River Road as you just start down, and it's a big a pond in a swampy area close to where the wildlife park kind of comes close there.
Yeah.
And sometimes the frogs are singing so loud, it's louder than your radio when you're going by.
Oh.
So if I'm ever needing a really good dose of frog singing or peeping, I sometimes will take a drive and roll the windows down and listen there, because there's probably, I would say, thousands, if not tens of thousands of frogs that live there,
Oh, my.
all singing away. So
Oh, wow. That'd
yeah,
be something to get a little recording snip.
yes, yeah,
That sound.
yeah.
Make it as your
No,
ringtone.
oh yeah,
That'd
I
be
could record it, and then with that new music device that I purchased, maybe I could
yes. I
create a
meant to
song.
remind you to bring that in.
I know, I was just thinking I should have brought it with me, and I forgot, of course. But
Wow, that's okay.
yeah, I was just thinking our show tonight is probably not going to be, we say this all the time,
We do.
not one of our longer shows,
a
but
sneeze
just
coming.
thinking about spring, and I'm hoping that some of the people listening are spring can be difficult because it's rainy and muddy and wet sometimes, but it also, for me, it's like new beginnings. Things are starting all over again, and it's kind of nice if you can get out to hear the sounds or smell the smells. And if you live in the country, then some of the smells can be um you would say odoriferous. We live near some horse, well, the horse farms aren't so bad. It's the
No.
cows and the chickens and the pigs sometimes.
Yeah.
But no, the smelling of I
Or
guess
a
the
mixture.
grass growing, the green grass and the fresh air and the air after it's just rained and it's warm and all that kind of stuff, and some of the insects that are out and around. And yeah, so if people can get out and check out some of the signs of spring, I find it uplifting, and it helps me get into a better mood if I'm having a
Yes.
bad day. And yeah.
And something popped into my mind about the signs of spring, and you've probably noticed this as well. The horse and the goat,
Yes,
they're out.
I have. They're
So
out.
that's a sign of spring.
It is. I just enjoy driving on that road, just checking out whether the horse and the goat are out, and if they're kind of hanging out close together, or if they're feeling a little independent and they're a little separate. Do they have their blanket on and not? And yeah, they're
Yeah.
I wonder if I'm sure the people who own them know how much pleasure the horse and the goat give many of us who travel by, but it's kind of like the tree on the highway that you have a picture of in our waiting area.
Oh, yes.
And
Yes.
I think it's had many pictures taken of it. And a woman I worked with at the prison in Truro, she used to say, she lived in Halifax, and she'd say in the morning when I'm driving to work, when I get to that tree, it's a reminder if I'm not awake, I should wake up and start thinking about being at work. And then on her way home, she said, when I saw that tree, it would remind me that it's okay to kind of let work go and start to unwind because I'm on my way home. So I think that tree means many things to many people.
I agree.
Yeah. So
it's a reference point for a lot of people for different cues or reasons.
Yeah. So hopefully people can find some time either to look out a window or get outside if the weather's good enough and you're able to, or go for a drive, or with the price of gas, maybe not go too far. But do some stuff. And you just mentioned, getting out and cleaning up around your property, and they have messages, I guess, that I've seen for the last few years, reminding people when you're doing your yard work that there's still some little creatures like bees and things that might be under those dead leaves. And so, until it's warm enough to be consistently warm, to remember that they're there. And last year I noticed that a lot of people had left the dandelions on their lawns. And I don't know if it was just they decided they didn't want to mow their lawns as early, which was me. But I told everyone, and it really was that they asked people to leave their dandelions because that's one of the first flowers that bees use to get their nectar from. And if you cut off or get rid of all the dandelions too quickly, then there's a gap in the flowers. Bless you, Margaret. You were thinking of those dandelions, and it made you sneeze. You didn't blow up, thankfully.
No matter how hard you try, you cannot hold one of those back.
No, you can't.
You cannot stop a sneeze from happening.
No,
I
see it. you wouldn't want to find out what would happen if you did.
Well, it would go the other way, wouldn't it? You wouldn't
Yeah.
want that.
No,
That wouldn't be good.
no.
No.
So anyway,
Oh,
yeah, the dandelions are around the corner and we'll all be mowing our lawns and wishing that we didn't have to. So
yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh,
Anyway,
my. I've been
on that note,
well,
perhaps I think our show is actually going to be shorter tonight, Margaret.
by 12,
Yeah,
10 minutes. Yeah.
yeah,
That's probably a record for us, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah.
So I guess the other sign of spring, my mother would say, is that baseball has started.
Yes. I was watching
Spring
some
training.
baseball. Yeah.
But yeah. Well, I don't know.
Well,
If
I
you-
think maybe we'll just call today a day.
I think
and,
so.
I will, underneath in the description, I'll put the information about the pin and
Yes.
a link to our website once I get that figured out. Oh, there's
Yeah.
Leanne joining us and we're just on our way out.
We're just on our way out, Leanna.
Leanne.
Or Leanne.
Leanne's
See, we
joining
have-
us and we're leaving.
Oh. Well, she missed you sneezing, Margaret.
Yes.
She'll have to watch
Hi,
the
Leanne.
recording.
We're just ending and you're just coming in. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Take
So-
care of yourself.
and-
Take care
yeah.
of each other. Be well.
And next week we have a guest?
Not yet.
No, not
The
yet.
week after,
The week after. Okay. Yeah.
unless we get one in between now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, have a good week.
Yes. Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.